You're not failing because you're lazy. You're not stuck because you lack ambition. You're struggling because you're trying to rely on the most unreliable thing in the universe, your feelings. Motivation is a liar. Discipline without structure is exhausting. And willpower, that runs out faster than your phone battery on a road trip. But here's what nobody tells you: success isn't about trying harder, it's about building systems that make winning the default outcome instead of the miracle. You'd stay with me until the end because I'm breaking down 5 specific systems that will transform how you operate. These aren't motivational speeches or vague advice. These are actual frameworks that remove the need for superhuman willpower and replace it with automatic progress. By the time we're done, you'll understand why you've been fighting an uphill battle, and more importantly, how to stop fighting and start flowing. Let's start with the system that changes everything. System 1, the no reverse gear principle. Here's the brutal truth about why most people fail at their goals. They leave themselves escape routes. They build plans with emergency exits. They keep one foot out the door just in case. Your brain is designed to conserve energy and avoid discomfort. So when you give it an escape route, it will take it every single time. Not because you're weak, because you're human. Think about it. How many times have you said, "I'll start on Monday," and then found a perfectly reasonable excuse by Tuesday? How many gym memberships have you bought with genuine intention only to stop going after 3 weeks? The problem isn't you. The problem is that failing required zero effort. Success required discipline. And your brain will always choose the path of least resistance. But high performers figured out something genius. They don't rely on motivation to win the daily battle. They remove the battle entirely by eliminating the option to quit. This is what I call the no reverse gear principle. You build forcing functions, systems that make quitting harder than continuing. Here are the 4 types of forcing functions that actually work. First, public commitment. Announce your goal where your reputation is on the line. Humans fear embarrassment more than they fear failure. When you tell people what you're doing, you activate social pressure. And social pressure is one of the most powerful motivators that exists. Tell your friends you're training for a 5K. Post your goal on social media. Join a community where people are tracking similar goals. Suddenly, quitting means letting people down. And that social pain, that will push you forward on days when internal motivation has completely vanished. Second, financial stakes. Put money on the line before you feel ready. Buy the gym membership for 6 months up front. Enroll in the course. Book the coaching sessions. Put a deposit down. Your brain hates wasting money more than it hates doing hard things. When you've invested financially, every day you skip feels like throwing cash in the garbage. That psychological pain creates action. This is why people follow through on expensive programs but ignore free YouTube tutorials. The financial commitment transforms "I should do this" into "I have to do this or I'm an idiot." Third, remove access. Make the bad choice inconvenient and the good choice easy. Delete social media apps from your phone. Use website blockers during work hours. Put junk food in a locked cabinet and hide the key. Literally, you are not strong enough to win a daily willpower battle with instant gratification. Nobody is. Your brain defaults to the easiest available option. So don't try to be stronger. Be smarter. Make the distraction require effort and the productive choice require none. Suddenly you look disciplined, but really you just made temptation inconvenient. Fourth, time boxing. Assign your tasks to specific time windows with non-negotiable boundaries. From 6 u to 7 a.m. you write. From 7 u to 8 p.m. you study. Period. When you time box, you're doing something psychologically powerful. You're telling your brain, this is the arena. This is the moment. This is the only time this happens. Your brain loves clear boundaries because they remove decision fatigue. The choice is already made. You can't negotiate. You just execute. Here's what happens when you stack these forcing functions. Quitting becomes harder than showing up. Failing requires more energy than succeeding. And consistency stops being a personality trait and becomes a structural inevitability. Which brings us to the second system and the uncomfortable truth about willpower. System 2, the willpower reality check. Let's address the thing everyone believes but nobody wants to admit. Your willpower is terrible. Mine is too. Everyone's is. Willpower is not a character flaw. It's not about being strong or weak. It's a finite biological resource that depletes throughout the day, and there's nothing you can do to increase its capacity. Every decision you make, drain. Every temptation you resist, drain. Every should I scroll or should I focus moment, drain, drain, drain. By evening, your willpower is gone. Your brain is running on fumes, and this is exactly when you're most likely to make terrible decisions, break your diet, skip your workout, or binge watch instead of working on your goals. Here's the psychological switch that changes everything. Success doesn't come from resisting temptation. Success comes from eliminating the need to resist. Read that again slowly. High performers don't fight harder. They design their environment so there's no internal fight at all. This is why routines are so powerful. Routines turn hard things into automatic things. They bypass the decision-making process entirely. Elite athletes don't wake up hyped every morning. They follow the same pregame ritual every single time. Same warm-up sequence, same playlist, same movements. They aren't thinking. They're executing a program that was installed through repetition. When Serena Williams steps onto the court, she follows the exact same routine before every serve. Bounce the ball 5 times. Adjust her hair, take a breath, serve. That routine has been performed thousands of times. There's no decision. There's no willpower required. It's automatic. That's your next system. System 3, lock the variables. If you've ever wondered why you're inconsistent, here's the answer. Your brain craves predictability, but your lifestyle is chaos. You try to work out at random times, in random places, using random methods, and you wonder why you get random results. The human brain is a pattern recognition machine. It learns through repetition. But if every attempt at a habit happens under different conditions, your brain never learns the pattern. So here's the fix. Pick one habit you want to master. Just one. Now set 3 variables. 1, a specific time. Not sometime in the morning, not when I feel like it. A specific time. 6:1 a.m., 7:30 p.m., noon. Pick 1. 2, a specific location. The same spot every time. The same corner of your room. The same desk. The same gym. Location creates context, and context triggers behavior. 3, a specific trigger, something that signals your brain to start. Put in your earbuds, fill your water bottle, open a specific app, light a candle. The trigger becomes a psychological launch button. Let me give you a real example. You want to build a consistent workout habit. Here's your locked system. Time, 7:1 a.m., Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Place, your bedroom corner or the same spot at the gym. Trigger, fill water bottle, put in earbuds, play the same workout playlist. Do this for 3 weeks. Your brain will start associating those exact conditions with movement. Soon, the second you put in your earbuds and hit play, your body will automatically shift into workout mode. You won't need motivation. You won't need to hype yourself up. The routine becomes a trigger, and the trigger becomes a behavior. It's the same reason brushing your teeth doesn't require willpower. You've done it in the same bathroom at the same time, after the same trigger, waking up or going to bed, for years. It's automatic. You can make any habit automatic by locking the variables. But even with perfect conditions, you still need a decision-making framework. That's the next system. System 4, the if-then algorithm. Psychologists discovered something that should honestly be illegal because it's so overpowered. If-then plans beat motivation every single time. Here's how it works. You preload decisions into simple conditional statements. If it's Monday at 7:12 a.m., then I'm at the gym. If I finish lunch, then I take a 15-minute walk. If it's Sunday evening, then I plan my week. If I feel anxious, then I do 3 deep breaths before reacting. This bypasses emotion completely. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop doing mental gymnastics about whether you feel like it. You simply run the algorithm. The power of if-then planning is that it removes the decision from the moment. You're not choosing in real time when willpower is low. You're following a pre-made decision from when you were thinking clearly. Research shows that people who use if-then plans are 2 to 3 times more likely to follow through on their goals compared to people who rely on good intentions alone. Why? Because your brain loves clarity. I'll work out more is vague and useless. If it's 7 a.m. on a weekday, then I'm putting on my gym clothes is crystal clear. The algorithm runs automatically. You're no longer hoping for motivation. You're executing a system. But here's where it gets even better. You can stack if-then plans to create entire chains of behavior. If I wake up, then I drink 16 ounces of water. If I finish my water, then I make my bed. If I make my bed, then I do 5 minutes of stretching. If I finish stretching, then I sit down to write. Each action triggers the next. One decision creates momentum for 5 behaviors. You're not using willpower 5 times. You're using it once, and the system carries you forward. This doesn't just make habits consistent, it makes you unstoppable. But even unstoppable systems have a weak point: decision fatigue. That's where the final system comes in. System 5: outsource your decisions. When people hear checklists, they think it's basic. They think it's for beginners, but checklists have saved more lives than motivation ever has. Pilots use them before every flight. Surgeons use them before every operation. Why? Because when your brain is overloaded, stressed, or tired, it cannot make reliable decisions. You don't need to try harder. You need to let the system think for you. Here are the 3 checklists that will transform your productivity. 1. The to-do list. This is execution mode. These are the tasks that must get done today. Not wishes, not someday goals, just pure action items. Keep it short, 3 to 5 tasks maximum. If everything is a priority, nothing is. 2. The to-want list. This is growth mode. These are the projects, skills, and opportunities you're building toward. Learning a language, starting a side business, reading that book. These aren't urgent, but they're important. They're investments in the future version of you. 3. The to-be list. This is identity mode. This list answers one question: who am I becoming through my daily systems? Do I want to be disciplined, focused, consistent, healthy, creative? This is your compass. It reminds you who you're aiming to be, especially on days when you're tired, unmotivated, or slipping into old patterns. Your tasks keep you busy. Your identity keeps you moving forward. When you use all 3 lists together, something shifts. You stop reacting to life and start designing it. You know what needs doing, what you're building toward, and who you're becoming. That clarity is powerful, but even with all 5 systems in place, there's one final stage. The real reason: success felt hard. Let me bring this full circle. Success felt hard because you were trying to win a willpower battle every single day. You were relying on motivation, which is unreliable. You were hoping for discipline, which is exhausting without structure. But once you understand these 5 systems, everything changes. System 1, remove escape routes, make quitting harder than showing up. System 2, stop relying on willpower, design your environment so there's no battle to fight. System 3, lock your variables, same time, same place, same trigger. System 4, use if-then algorithms, preload decisions so you never negotiate in the moment. System 5, outsource decisions to checklists. Let the system think for you, stack these systems, and success stops being a goal you chase. It becomes the inevitable outcome of the structure you've built. The person you're trying to become isn't on the other side of motivation, they're on the other side of better systems. So here's your challenge. Pick one system, build it this week. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. Just implement one forcing function. Lock one variable, create one if-then plan. Because transformation doesn't happen in dramatic moments. It happens in small, systematic choices that compound over time. And 6 months from now, when people ask how you changed so much, you won't say, I got motivated. You'll say, I built systems that made success automatic. Now, go build them.